Hello everyone, Barb here. I thought I would spend a moment taking a trip down memory lane. So this was the first catalog that was available after I had signed up with Close to My Heart. A lot of really neat things. I did not make it a habit of saving all of my catalogs, but I think I'm going to revisit some of the cool things that were in here in some future projects. So I will be showing you more of this as time goes on. For today, though, I thought I would recreate a card that I made for my first customers as thank you card. I found this as I was going through things and thought it was really cute and thought we could use some things that are a little newer in my stash to make this card. I did pull out, let me see, simple serif uppercase, and I'm using the thin cuts. So in here there are not only stamps, but there are thin cuts. And I thought this was such a neat set. I have kept that. I did the same with the lowercase. So this is that same simple serif lowercase. And here I pulled out another one of the dies. I'm using this same stamp set that I used in the last video. I'm using the Just a Note sentiment. And then I dug into this one. I think it was a stamp of the month. Yes, this was from September of 2023. And I am using this little border right here. So here are some pieces. I'm going to show two different ways of putting this together. So I went ahead and I'll show you the pieces. So we have card base, which is 4 by 10. So 4 inches tall by 10 inches long. I have two of these because we're going to make two different versions of the same card. So we have that one. Then we have a piece of pattern paper. This one isn't even close to my heart. I think this might be Stampin' Up. It was something I got for free. 3.5 by 4.5. So 3.5 by 4.5. And then another little piece of white daisy cardstock. This is 3 by 4. I do have some twine, some charcoal ink, my little ink blender tool, and my We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile Corner Chomper. This I've had for a long time, and it's good to get those things out. So you can see here that I went and I used those dies, that little U die and the 4, and cut those out of the middle of each of these pattern papers so that I can have that matching pattern on the top. So as we start assembling, I'm going to just fold this in half. This is a side fold card. And I'm going to get that going. Bone folder is always good. Give it a good fresh crease. And let's just fold the second one up while we're at it. Okay. Now the first thing I'm going to want to do, take the crocodile. I'm using the 1/2 inch side. You can use whichever side you like or whatever size radius you like. I'm doing both and I'm going opposite corners. So I'm doing one at the bottom and then another one at the opposite corner. So you can see it's rounded and rounded, pointy, pointy. While I'm at it, I'm just going to get after roundy, roundy, pointy, pointy on all the pieces. So there we go. We need to do that with our piece of pattern paper. So you want to lay it on there and make sure you've got it facing in the right direction, though it doesn't matter because you can't see that underneath there. That will be cleverly hidden. You just want to make sure you're doing opposite corners. And there we go. And we're going to do the same with this. Opposite corners. I think that's it for the crocodile. We'll get that out of the way. I am going to take a little bit of some ink, and I'm going to go around the outside edges. You don't have to. This is a high contrast color, but I like how that gives it just a little bit more definition if you go around those corners, along those edges. With this, you open it up. You get to the corner, and I just sort of dab it around, close it, do the edge, open it. This is really, really close today. Woo. But you can see how that looks. While I've got this, I'm just going to quick do the other pieces. Inking edges is definitely personal preference. I do like how it looks. Okay, so the first card, we're going to get some glue. I like using glue. You can use whatever you want. And I'm pulling it close so that I can see to line it up. Get that on there. Then we take this white piece, this 3x4, and we're gonna line that up. Going to stamp our little line on there. To do that, I'm going to take the U and I'm just laying it on there just to give me an idea of where that's going to go. And I'm going to go down and up. Ooh, good job. Normally I would have done this before I put this together, so we're taking a chance. But we got lucky. Now on this one, I'm going to pop up the U and the 4. I cut a couple of extra layers, oh, my goodness, out of the trimmings from creating the card base. I like to do it this way, using extra cardstock rather than attempting to put foam adhesive on here. I find the foam adhesive and cutting all those little itty bitty pieces, cutting the little pieces and getting them on there isn't so bad. It's the peeling off of all of the release tape off of the little pieces that I find tedious. I'm just gonna put this on there. Gonna do the same thing with the little 4. Again, I did 2 layers. 2 layers shouldn't give me too much trouble for mailing. And I will be using these to send out thank yous to my folks who ordered from me during this last few days, in this last month, the month of April. So this is sort of poignant that I'm doing this reproduction of the first card that I created as part of my little journey with close to my heart. And I'm using the same design as my ending journey. I'm going to grab all of this, bring it in, and this is the same assembly, only with this one, we are not going to pop it up. Just going to let it be flat. This is a great card for using up pieces. Oops. Let's see. I'm going to guess on this one. Okay. A little bit of glue on here. I was a little tiny bit low, but not too bad for eyeballing and guessing. We'll take it. And then you can take a little string if you want. Let's close that before disaster strikes. Let's see here. You can probably just go like this and do a little trimming. Same deal here. I'm just tying a little simple knot. You can leave the string off. You don't even have to do the string. You can take your pokey tool and you can work at separating if you like that. You don't have to. The other thing I will do, I'm going to put my cap in my glue here so I don't have glue drying out. We've got the clear shimmer brush, you know, my fave, and I am just going to give a little glitz to the 4 and the U, and the 4 and the U, just like that. Now we can see the difference. So this one is the flat one. So you look at that. It's just flat, perfect. This one has a little bit of a raised profile, just a little bit. It's just very subtle, and I like how that looks. I like that raised profile. Now I did a couple more. So this one is a raised profile, as is this one. This one is flat. Now on these where the color is very light, I just used my little ink blender and just gave a little bit of color to the 4 and the U, just to help that stand out a little bit. It washes out on the white, on white. So I find that that helps. And that's it. That's my little updo to a card I made in 2013. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed crafty day, and I'll see you next time.